That's your job as the leader to now look around corners, anticipate the needs. And that's a different mindset than being an outstanding individual contributor.
Believe you were born to win. It's your right to win. Claim it, frame it, 'cause you were.
3 tips for new leaders. First of all, congratulations. You have made it to the leadership seat. And now there are 3 things that I want you to focus on. Number one, make the mind shift from being a great and outstanding individual contributor to being an outstanding leader, the person with whom the buck stops. In the previous role, you had deliverables that were for someone in your organization. Now the deliverables are going to come to you. You're the one that sets the tone. You're the one that's going to create the culture for your team. You're the one that's going to set the vision and make sure that the execution is done in a way that the organization needs to receive it. All of this new thinking now is your responsibility, which means you need to abdicate some of the things that you were doing with respect to execution. You can't create a vision if you're mired down in execution. You can't focus on developing your people if you're mired down in execution. You can't think about what other resources you all will need in order to prosecute whatever your team is responsible for. That's your job as the leader to now look around corners, anticipate the needs. And that's a different mindset than being an outstanding individual contributor. So, the first thing you need to do is to think about how to shift from somebody who's doing to someone who's now creating and setting a vision, somebody who now has responsibility for everybody that's on the team. The second thing that I want you to do is make time to sit down with all of the people that are now going to directly be reporting to you. There's nothing more important than getting to know your team. And in many cases, this is a team that you are inheriting. So obviously, you need to figure out who's going to be on your new team, who's going to resist any type of change, and who may not be a great performer. So, in these one on one conversations, you want to assess who's sitting in front of you. Are they going to be a great team player? Are they open to new ideas? Are they great executors? You want to ask questions like, if you were sitting in my seat, what are the top 2 things that you would focus on in the next 60 or 90 days? In your opinion, what really needs to be changed and what should have been changed before now? In your opinion, what's working well? It ain't broke, so I shouldn't try to fix it. You want to have those conversations with each of your team members so you can understand, have they been engaged? Have they been paying attention? Are they thinking like owners? Are they prepared to roll up their sleeves and actually get things done? And are they going to be a part of the change, or are they going to be resistant to the change? These are very important conversations because at the end of the day, if you identify somebody who's really not happy to be on your team, of course you want to give them a chance to evolve and a chance to get on the team. But if you identify that they don't want to play ball, the most important thing that you can do is to be expedient about helping them to find another team, because their most productive place is obviously not going to be on your team. And the third thing I want you to consider is to resist making change too quickly. Even if you have been in that organization for a long time and there are some things that you said to yourself, if I get to that seat, I'm going to do A, B, and C immediately. I'm going to tell you to resist that urge until you understand why things were the way they were, until you understand whether or not the organization has the resources to actually affect the change that you want. You want to wait until you figure out how this new change is going to affect all of your new stakeholders, because it's not just your team, it's not just the boss, it could be external shareholders, it could be investors. So you really want to make sure that you understand all of your new stakeholders before you start implementing change. New leaders, congratulations. Now go get them.